Hello, and welcome to another edition of Supernatural News. Just like last time, I'm going to share with you some points in 3 different categories. So, 1, herbalism information that I feel like you need to know now. Number 2, supernatural news, what's happening with things over here. And 3, I'll do some Q&A, answering some questions that have come in the last week or so. And all of it I will do with my hands. As you can tell, I do this when I teach, when I talk. Okay, so herbalism information that I think you should know about right now is related to immunity. It's been the year of immune system awareness, and we're still in it. So I make 0 claims about what we can do from an herbal perspective as it relates to COVID. However, lots of people are doing that work, and I think we do know that compromised systems are at a greater risk for catching things and being unable to fight things off in a timely manner. So I would recommend, first of all, going back through all of the resources that I've provided for free related to immunity. So I have IGTVs, videos in my highlights, articles on my website, past event recordings, lots of information that's available that's free. Some of it's at a low cost, but all related to the immune system. So if you want to deep dive there, do that. Also, you can look at the Supernatural store online. We have a whole category dedicated to immune related herbal and supplement products that I recommend for the immune system. Like, I create those categories. So if it's on that website, I use it with my clients. I vouch for it. So I get a lot of questions about what product do you recommend for this or for that. Go there, check it out there. Then if you want to go a little deeper into immune system kind of awareness overall, or education and optimization, go to gut health. So I have also written about that, at least 1 article, which is definitely on my website, maybe more, actually 2 that I can think of now, related to gut health and the immune system, and how the microbiome and the immune system are intricately linked, and what does gut health look like. And then you can go down the rabbit hole of gut health. Also, again, in all the same places, I have lots of free information about that. If you want to, really get into it, you could do the Supernatural series 4-week course, the very first module of which is gut health. And I take you through a full month of optimizing your gut, resetting, eliminating, foods that are problematic, going through my gut healing protocol, all the stuff that I take clients through when we do a gut healing protocol. So doing that will support your immune system, and then you'll get all of the benefits of gut healing, which include, better brain health, potentially better energy, better digestion, better detoxification and elimination, and on from there. There's quite a lot that you get from gut health, as you know. All right, let's see. And that kind of does it for herbalism right now. We'll talk more about some other things next time. In terms of supernatural news, so lots of people are going through the 4-week course right now. It's January. It's a good time to do that. It is on demand, so you can join at any point. So if you're on the fence about whether or not you want to do a program, or you want to learn more about these things, you can join us anytime. And another update from Supernatural, my wellness sessions are full. I'm fully booked. I do not have any more availability for taking on new clients. So if you want to learn from me, then stay here, sign up for my email, join the future events, take the Supernatural series, all the stuff that I have out there for you right now will continue to serve you. And that's that. Let's see. Oh, so this is kind of a fun tip. I have been talking a lot about herbal alternatives to coffee and coffee replacements. It's something we do a lot of at the cafe and in our online store in general. But it's January and lots of people have resolved to drink less coffee. And I realized that our energy herbals are actually awesome for that. So these, I made these with the world's greatest herbs for energy, which means you can use it in place of coffee if you want to, and you get this sort of sustained burn, if you will, and you get all the other benefits, which include metabolism supports. Again, some of the greatest herbs on the planet for your metabolism are in here. Focus, immunity, mood. These are energizers that are going to sustain you and also help with this sort of, the focus instead of like the crazy high that we can get from too much coffee, without the crash, and then with the additional kind of circulation and immunity and brain health benefits. So check those out if you're looking for energy supports that are not coffee. Okay, let's see. And then one more tip on the supernatural news front. As you know, I've been doing some really cool testing. So lots of fingerprint and saliva testing to measure my cortisol levels and melatonin. I was doing those through Base, which I have a whole video on in Instagram TV. You can check out the Base journey. So I got my results back. I'm reviewing them now. I'm very excited to share them with you. I'm actually going to do a consult with Base to understand them fully before I take you through that result. So if you want to see my results, stay tuned. I'll be doing that next week. And if you're already, I know some of you have already signed up for Base. That's awesome. We'll be on this journey together. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch the Instagram TV video to see what I mean. I'm super excited. I love this kind of stuff. I have also done a whole food allergy testing panel. It measures like 180 foods, and I got those results back, and I'll share those with you soon. They make me laugh, and I'll tell you why later. So hang out. Okay, let's see. What's our last section? Okay, so last but not least, little bit of Q&A. 3 questions that have come up that I felt like answering this week. One is reishi mushroom. Is it safe while breastfeeding? The answer to that is officially there's not enough research to say yay or nay. The point that I wanted to mention mostly is that is common with herbs and nursing or pregnancy. It's also really an individual decision in a lot of cases. So there are parents who will ingest all kinds of herbs, and there are others who prefer, none, no funny business, or not even funny business, but nothing, other than like food and bev, while we're pregnant or nursing. Something that's sometimes recommended by herbalists, but not always, is to avoid tinctures and some of these really, potent formats of herbs while pregnant or breastfeeding, and stick to teas and food medicine, because that's also, very functional, and that's also herbalism. So that's one approach that you can take. Otherwise, kind of conclusively on reishi, that's not conclusive, but the person that I was talking to, we decided that they were going to go ahead with it. So, to each their own, but those are some things to think about. Another question, I get this one all the time. I know I've answered it before, but I want to answer it again. What herb books do I recommend? What schools do I recommend? So I could probably talk about that for an hour, and maybe I will. And I sort of did in the event, The Business of Wellness, which you can watch on my website if you like. Otherwise, I would recommend a couple of things. One, go to mountainroseherbs.com and look in their herbal education section. They list, hundreds of schools and books, and they have them all categorized by your potential interest. So, what's a good herb book? Well, it depends. Are you looking for Western herbalism, Ayurveda, Unani Tib? Are you looking to make medicine? Are you looking for food medicine? Are you looking for, foraging? So too broad to answer right now, right? But go there, check that out. And then in terms of schools, you can find a bunch of schools listed there. I would recommend that if you're interested in studying herbalism, find a teacher who teaches what you want to learn in a style that you are aligned with. So the teachers that I have studied with tend to be very science-based. And I'm very science-based, and the way that I teach and the way that I research and the way that I present information tends to be very science-based. That might not be you at all. You might not be interested in that at all. You can go and learn more about the energetics. You can go and learn about any of the global healing systems specifically. Maybe you just want to practice with Ayurveda and you want to go deep, deep, deep into Ayurveda. So find the teacher who's teaching what you want in the style that you like. Some of these teachers are really like warm and fuzzy, and their practice and their teaching is very much about that style. Some are like cold and kind of rude, and that's I tend to like that. It's a little harder edge approach. So that's the route that I've gone, but you can and should find those that resonate with you and go from there. Okay. And then the last question is, what are my thoughts on high oxalate foods? So these tend to be vegetables that are high in something called oxalates. And this is a great question, but it's so big that I actually want to save it for next time. So I'm going to answer that next time. I've been asked probably a dozen times in the last year or two this question. So next time. And if you have more questions, put them in the comments, please. I will address them in the future. That's it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next week-ish.